Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10. Yeah, 10,
Listening.
I believe, of my quest for Nether. So, I do have a couple things I want to do.
Receiving.
Particularly, the tier has gotten a new version which adds missile interceptors. So, yeah. Sorry, I have to catch my breath a little bit. I just did a bit of running. So, we do have a couple units, but Tyrannic. Tyrannic's really the only thing that's concerning. The Gryphon, I believe the ammo storage just kind of cluttered up, so it just explodes pretty easy.
Receiving. Listening.
However, really want to get rid of the hive.
Receiving.
Which actually, I thought that was another base, so I'll have the first fleet come and take care of that. Meanwhile, I need to start destroying some of these units that are lying around. And we have a couple.
Moving out.
Couple.
Listening.
I cannot think of a word.
Listening.
We have a couple units that are ready to capture stuff.
Moving out. Listening.
So
moving out.
That's
Listening.
very
moving
good.
Out. Moving out.
And yeah, I really just want to. This episode, I want to hopefully destroy the Twin Guard.
Receiving.
And maybe declare war on the Great Talons if I have enough time. And now we will start the extinction of the Twin Guard. Actually, that's too far.
Receiving. Moving now.
Now, I just want to make a quick announcement before this battle. I plan to do more non-FTD content. Like, I plan to do a Total War Warhammer campaign after I finish this quest for Nether. So yeah, that's a little announcement. Anyway, I'm going to let this hive be destroyed. Hold on, sorry guys, I just did something. I made a mistake with my mic.
Engaging now.
And let's target the hive and destroy it with HESH shells. I turned the bombs off. Oop, large torpedo. Didn't do much though. And that, I can't remember what that's called. The Valor was pretty much obliterated. And the hive is despawning with this. The destruction of the Twin Guard starts. I finish what I started. And that spray AI did. That's what I like about HESH shells. They just, any tiny vehicle just gets completely destroyed.
Moving now.
And why not destroy this Malice? Kudu destroyers are pretty much dedicated. Well, not quite dedicated. Well, yes. Starting to confuse using words here. But they're very well suited to engaging submarines.
Engaging now.
Torpedoes. However, the Mars is
engaging
now, so I'll have to target the surface contacts. Or targets. And for now, I'm just gonna let this battle rage on. Looks like we may have a collision right there. Although it's getting a little bit larger. Nothing too bad though. And the torpedo swarm is now heading towards the nose. This is a perfect demonstration of the Pluto's anti-submarine capabilities. And now appears the main gun is disabled, likely due to a local weapon controller being fried. And now I hope for the next torpedo strike might either destroy this or just destroy its AI or make it surface, so it'd be much easier to destroy. Looks like none of those quite happened, but a lot of damage was done. The mouse is pretty much dead in the water as another torpedo struck. And it looks like the Malice's AI dead. The ZMP torpedoes are very effective. And another torpedo strike, but it's quite
Receiving.
I think I'll let the first Armada
Moving
handle
now.
the Tyrannic and the Malice.
Listening. Moving out.
Receiving.
Mars took
Receiving.
superficial damage. Also have the first Air Fleet.
Receiving.
And I think the tier is
Moving
done,
now.
and I think I actually want that to
Moving
do as a
now.
Tyrannic. Because the tier is I can't quite say it. But the super cavitation bases, I think that's how you say it, will be well suited to engaging the Malice, along with its Pluto killer.
Receiving.
However, the main concern for me is not the
Receiving.
Malice, but the Tyrannic, as it has gun pods, which I believe are either 400mm or max caliber. It's quite deadly.
Receiving.
Target the Tyrannic.
Engaging now.
But one of the things that's annoying for me is sometimes the Tyrannic despawns, but its surrounding platforms like these shields fall and don't respawn because they're too low. That's just annoyance. But for now, I'll let the battle rage on, as some of the tiers super hollow points hit the Tyrannic and devastate it. Spawning. Now I will just let the
Receiving.
target
Engaging now.
Since the decimator pods can't really do anything underwater. And let me look at the Malice before it's destroyed. Looks like no damage has been done so far. The lasers do practically or nearly no damage underwater, especially for missiles as well. And looks like one of the hollow points hit it and devastated, or not quite devastated, but did destroy this turret cap, or part of it, I should say. And the Malice releasing torpedoes. However, our torpedoes I think will be far more deadly to the Malice than the Malice's torpedoes to us, or my fleet. This might take a little while. And looks like, exactly when I say that, the hollow point heads did quite a bit of damage. However, there's no torpedoes. This is very strange. However, that explosion just took off a wing. Or, I think that's a wing. And this is the hollow points just ripping out a chunk of it. This is indeed excellent. And now I can deal with this Griffon and then the Eris.
Receiving.
Not very good with names. And now we can move the flying box satellite up to get more coverage. I'm going to go ahead and engage this.
Receiving.
This tier will be more than enough to deal with the Griffon. I'm hoping to invade the Great Talons, but very noisy lasers. I'm hoping to invade the Great Talons, but I'm not quite sure I will be able to in this episode. And you can see the Griffon before it is destroyed. Although I'm confused if which side is the front. I believe this. Yep, that's front. I do believe that's front anyway. And this has just been completely shredded by the laser. The very potent laser of the tier. And looks like most of the hollow point missed, but that's okay since the laser is just showing light. And now the Griffon is despawning. Griffon. I don't quite know how to say that. With this, we can the tier and its escorts can strike at Eris. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. Like I said, I'm not good with names.
Receiving.
Or at least
Moving
not
now.
good with pronouncing something.
Moving now.
And then that will devastate the Twin Guard. As one of their fortresses will be gone, they will not be able to produce as much units. I'm going to send the first armada to, actually I'll just have the tier deal with this opponent.
Receiving.
And yeah, this should be, the tier and its escorts are going to win this easily, at least should. Looks like the Manos has just had a chunk of its armor out on the tier's hull points. And yeah, soon it should succumb to either the Pluto's torpedoes, tier's torpedoes, or the hollow heads that the tier uses. Mollis has been destroyed, or is despawned.
Receiving. Moving now. Receiving. Engaging now.
Most of the rounds are being deflected by the shields from the Pluto. And ow. Please tell me the rudder wasn't destroyed. I'm gonna call this off because without the tier being able to turn, only half the
Receiving. Moving
time
now.
it was
Receiving.
able to fire.
Receiving.
I will
Listening.
instead send the
Moving
first
out.
air fleet to
Moving
deal
out.
with Eris.
Moving out.
Yeah, and I have to wait for these damage effects to be dealt with. We're gone. Shouldn't be too long, or it's only going to be a couple of seconds before the first air fleet engages the Eris. And I think the
Listening.
Zeus and the
Listening.
Ignis will be more than capable of dealing with the Eris. And looks like it repaired itself. It's rather disappointing, although we didn't do all that much damage to it.
Listening.
Still not
Engaging
much.
now. Listening.
I
Listening.
think I just targeted the wrong thing.
Engaging now.
Yep, laser from the Eris doing a little bit of damage, but not much. Superficial. I believe to the superstructure. Actually, no, I can't. So anyways, I'm gonna let the battle rage on for a while. Ignis's missile strike quite a bit of damage to the Eris, as a particle cannon shot just rips a whole chunk of Eris off. And it looks like there's this nice little bridge area, and now it's immediately targeted by A. Soon the Ignis should fire its second missile strike, which should further devastate Eris. And the Zeus's missiles do a decent bit of damage. Task Force, this fleet is, well, is very capable of destroying this. Could also probably destroy Thanatos, but I want to let the tier do that. Quite a bit of damage our airships are doing. Eris is despawning, which means that
Engaging now.
now all you have to do is strike Thanatos down and Twin Guard will be no more. Then after that, I will declare war on the Great Talons, take all their territory, and then probably invade the Steel Traders, maybe the Scarlet Dawn. If I do plans for more submarines, I think I'm gonna change the names of most of them to more basic names, like Type 1, Type 2, Type 3. So yeah. Looks like this foundry, I believe, yep, is destroyed. Or is despawned, I should say. Ares is still despawning. This usually happens. It takes a while for vehicles or fortresses as large as those to despawn. And that sea whiz is rather loud. I do have plans to make that Sea-Wiz also destroy aircraft, or be a dual-purpose Sea-Wiz and counter aircraft. But I haven't gone around to it yet. And the last of those is despawning. It looks like the main drone of the Ignis Swarm is being targeted by the Zeus's laser, ripping out, or melting some of the armor, but not doing a whole lot. Looks like some of the CWAS rounds from the Ignis are not quite hitting their target. One of those just bounced into the Igma swarm. Yep, so I'm just gonna let the battle rage on as the drones succumb one by one to the firepower.
Engaging now.
Did not notice this, sorry for those new label sounds, but there is a, I'm not gonna try to say the name, but yeah, it's a submarine, tiny one, so I'm gonna hope the Ignis's torpedoes I added are going to destroy whatever that name. Oh, please tell me those aren't disabled. Yep, they're disabled. Never mind. I should be able to end this.
Receiving.
I do not
Moving
like
now.
this. But I'm going to have to send the second fleet to destroy the rest of Varus.
Receiving. 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 Moving now. Receiving.
Which looked glorious.
Listening. Moving out.
So I'll probably cut this part out as I'm going to send a tier back for
Receiving.
repairs and then I'll engage Thanatos.
Listening.
And meanwhile,
Moving out.
I will also
Listening.
capture more
Moving
territory.
out. Listening.
So I'll be back when the Battle of Thanatos commences, or something else happens, but I don't think that we'll see I'll see anything else. So yeah, I will be back. Made a bit of a mistake. I thought this was Twin Guard territory. It was not. It was still Strato territory, so now we are at war with them.
Listening.
A
Listening.
war I'm not particularly ready for. So, this is very bad. I don't really have any submarines yet. Going to have to build some. So, my hope is that the Steel Striders won't do much assaulting in the
Listening.
beginning.
Listening.
Instead, we'll
Listening.
just... I do have some... Instead, we'll just make peace with me after a while, because I think I've had that happen before. I just clicked on the wrong thing, and you saw a nuclear torpedo. Yep, I'm currently working on nuclear weapons,
Listening.
mainly
Moving
to
out.
deploy in a submarine. I was experimenting with an ICBM,
Moving
but
out.
the design just wasn't all that good. So,
Listening.
meanwhile, I'm going to
Receiving.
put
Moving
forces on
now.
my board with a Steel
Listening.
Strider. Since they've declared war,
Receiving.
Steel
Moving now.
Striders.
Listening.
And the
Receiving.
second fleet, the tier still repairing, is gonna take a while. So yeah, I'll be back when another battle happens. Well, originally I said I was going to wait for the or hopefully have the Steel Striders
Listening.
not declare war on me. I haven't quite changed my mind, but I saw this half-completed Stralsund, and I saw it as an opportunity to destroy a very deadly ship before it's fully completed. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Stralsund is only half completed with none of its turrets. It is not a threat. So, and this is like worth 500,000 when it's fully completed. So yeah, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to destroy a pretty large investment. And the Hermes is doing what it usually does in melting, which is melting through armor. So yeah, this battle should be short. I forgot to mention that the Stralsund is only at 59% health, so it should despawn pretty quickly. And the first sign of damage, it's AI. This is probably due to the fact that its AI wasn't completed, so when it first took damage, it was AI dead. And with this, a large investment has been destroyed on Steel Strider's part. Actually, it wasn't that large since it only spent like 135,000. But yeah, with this, that is one less dangerous enemy I have to worry about. Opponent. Or dangerous vehicle, whatever.
Listening.
Receiving.
Listening. Moving out.
Receiving.
Okay, the next battle in this is
Receiving. Receiving.
the Twin Guards last
Receiving.
time. I do have one more
Receiving.
outpost, but it doesn't really have anything much to worry about. So yeah, this is the fall of the Twin Guard. And I'm gonna have a lag spike here. So yeah.
Receiving. Engaging now.
Sorry, I just forgot to turn my mic on. And the Dantos has just lost a lot of its health. But yeah, the Tyr's hollow point shells are much more effective than the older shells, which are armor piercing. Which had an armor piercing head, a couple save boot, and a weapons, these are a lot better, as they do a lot more damage by ripping out chunks of armor. So yeah, I'll let the Tyranid escorts destroy the Thanatos. Just completely, or not completely, but destroyed one side of this defender pod, and destroyed the rest, and now Thanatos is despawning. It looks like this defender pod just became obliterated by, annihilated by torpedoes. And this is excellent. Oh, it's 8 high death. That's always 2 damage. And I'll have all forces fire on this foundry, and after that, well, it looks like instead of focusing on the Great Talons, I'm going to focus on the Steel Strygos instead. So I'm just going to let the battle rage up. Thanatos is still despawning. So with this though, I think this is going to be the last battle of the episode. You guys just get tired. But I'm just gonna let you read this if you want to. And this is actually longer than I remember, at least the page. Yep, and now.
Listening. Listening. Moving out. Moving out.
Receiving. Moving now.